Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis here, and I'm going to do a guide here for the Bunker E15 Lost Sector, and the main reason I'm doing a Master difficulty is because it's actually quite manageable. Now, I've died, and I have some outtakes, I'll chunk those at the end from my previous run. I still have finished this thing like twice already, and it's not that difficult. You can have some bad out of position moments, that's fine, but overall this is very manageable. One, your burn and shields are only void, so you literally only have to work with those. Barrier and overload, very manageable. The annoying part is attrition, but overall it's actually pretty manageable because you have the little AI bots helping you the entire time. For loadout, the biggest thing, try and bring anything for void damage resistance. So void resistance going with a void energy chest piece is going to help. Protective light, I'll get to particle in a second. This will help you if you do get charged with light, which isn't going to come up that often. The way this is set up, there's only one shield to really break. But still, it's a way to help you survive if that moment occurs. Particle Deconstructor, this is going to pair well with our heavy weapon, which is also going to be a good thing for basically the rest of this. Whatever your heavy weapon is, make sure your ammo finder, reserves, and scavenger all match. For mods up here, I've got anti-barrier auto rifle and overload bow. I'm going to be going auto rifle as my gnawing hunger. You could totally flip these around and go Imperial Needle here, and you could do Scathe Lock or literally any auto rifle in the category. You guys know when I make these videos, I don't use exotics or cast my super, so you guys can choose to use those when you want to. I'll have a couple pieces of advice where to do that. But generally, I don't use those just so you guys don't have to depend on anything specific. I have this one on just because it's a void chest piece, but I'm not getting any benefit from it. There is one void enemy, void shielded, I should say. So your subclass will be able to take care of that. But again, it's also the burn, so you may as well use your subclass, so even grenades will do damage. There's places where you could use your super and knock a few guys out. There's one specific wyvern, I would say use a Nova Bomb or anything void on just to nuke it pretty quick. Everything else is pretty manageable. Make sure all your weapons have major specs, so any of the champion damage you do is going to be more. So I've got overload with a bow, I've got auto rifle for barrier, and then this is my advice. This specific actual weapon, if you're not using an exotic, but I don't even know what exotic you would put in here, because it is a void. So you have the burn and 50% more damage. Linear fusion rifle. So you're pairing up the particle deconstructor. Basically, this thing will nuke every champion in 3 shots, and just start stacking damage on the boss if you get a shot. The boss is void and it's concussive, so it is going to hurt a lot. But that being said, when you do get shots off on the boss with this thing, it's going to hurt a lot. I have frenzy on mine, so it's probably going to do even more. But even without that, it's still going to be doing quite a bit of damage here. So let's jump in. I'll show you guys how this works, and hopefully this is a smooth run. Outtakes will be at the end because I had like 3 deaths in another run. See if this goes flawless. All right, so the first thing to grab is your bow. See if you can find any ads just roaming around down in the bottom. Start picking these guys off. If the champion is getting annoying, well, just shut him down with your bow. That's exactly what it's here for. Now, I wouldn't try and kill the champion. We'll do that in a minute. Try and find the rest of your ads. But if you need to come out here and find your ads, stun him, and then make sure you got a little bit of cover. That might get the ads to move. Watch the shots. Watch the drag grenades. They still hurt. He's so easy to stun, which is nice. Now what I would do is once you've got all the other ads taken care of, you can keep shooting him if you want to with your bow. That'll just kind of keep the health working. Next time you stun him, we're going to kill him. Right here. 1 and 2 and 3. And the damage stack started at 44. We were up to 55. Grab your orbs, grab your protective light, or you're charged with light if you actually get one. I'd switch over to your auto rifle here. I would mow this thing right here, open up the little AI bots, and start mowing down the goblins from above. I do have subsistence on my auto rifle. It's probably why I will have to reload a little less than you guys, but you could do this without it. It's not that much of a big deal. One thing to make note, you're going to have the restorative light, which is coming from attrition being on, but you also have those little, so yeah, try and run by there. I'll cover that in a second. Throw the grenade on him, try and get that working. And again, if that guy gets too close, well, my advice is honestly just finish it. But if you can keep him far away, the goblins will drop those little pools, but there's also likely going to be some of these restorative light little orbs on the ground that'll give you some health back. So even though the electricity's there, the little restorative light things will help too. When you get out here, again, you want to unlock as many of your AI as you can. So go 1, 2, and then up here for 3, and then go hide. Literally give that a second. Come back here, grab your bow, start working on the goblins in the back of the room while your AI starts to kind of work on the rest of the room. And these are just some guys you can start clearing out of the back. Stay safe. Let the AI do some work for you. I mean, they're in here. You may as well. So we're starting to whittle down some ads. You're starting to see more stuff spawn in. We are going to get a big boy coming in, Cyclops. Try and find it, focus it down so you don't get nuked by that, because it will one-shot you. Watch the barrier guy, because he's actually starting to show up, and let's start clearing these guys out now. You got a couple ads to deal with. You are going to have a hobgoblin in the back to be careful for. If this guy's still up, make sure you take it out in the back. Then you're going to have the one on the middle deck. And then in theory, if that one's not down, make sure you clear all the hobgoblins on the upper areas. Alright, so from here, now we're going to start whittling out the middle area, cleaning some of these guys. Again, my subsistence auto rifle does work rather well here. Watch your health. If attrition is kicked in and you're struggling, don't go push up. You could get a flawless on this one if you're just patient. Now, you can have some unlucky runs. Trust me, I've been unlucky and my flawless was ruined by something stupid. But overall, if you're actually trying to get a solo flawless on this one, it's manageable if you just, you know, give it a little time. All right, once you got most of this down, AI is going to be doing some work for you. If you can get to a point where you break a shield, that's how fast the champions go down. Gonna grab my ammo here. Same principle is going to apply to this guy. Get a little damage, get him to pop the shield. Now I could almost finish him just literally with the auto rifle right here, but I'm just going to kind of put a bigger chunk in that way. And then have my auto rifle. You want to try and conserve your ammo. Now the idea is hopefully you've got some to drop somewhere in this room, so you're going in full. Looks like I did. I thought I had one brick. That was the goal. Now, when you come in this next room, if you've got a Nova Bomb, this is where I would use it, because the Wyvern, if you can kill it fast, will save you a lot of time. Otherwise, it's just a patience run, because he's the most annoying of all. There's some heavy ammo over there. So again, before you kill, like, the last guy in this room, for example, if you see heavy ammo drop, do ring around the rosy and go grab it. Now, the other reason the Wyvern hurts the most is because those shots, when they hit you, really, really hurt. But now is that time. Of course he's hiding. Why wouldn't he? I have no real way to deal with this guy, because I can't hit him with crits on a linear fusion, so I'm just kind of stuck. So I can sit here and just kind of try and dodge. Now, one thing about a Wyvern, when they get to about half health, they're actually finishable then. And that's what makes them unique. If you back up enough, they will usually start to pull back. Gotta be a little careful. Now, if I can show you where that little flash happens, I will. But basically, their body will kind of illuminate with that little flash. If you're in attrition low health mode, pull back as far as you need to. Especially if you're going for flawless. Now, that dude is like in the wall. He's a little bugged, we're going to be honest. Now, if I pull back, he might actually pull out of the wall. But yeah, there he is. At some point, they will likely teleport out. Now, I'm trying to do enough damage where you guys can actually see the little flash on his body, but as it's under health, I could probably run up and get a finisher on him. The only problem is trying to get by those shots. So if you get to this point, if they're under half health, you can do a finisher. So just be aware of that, and it's one of those things that's a little hard to control, but it is definitely doable. Now we're going to have our first champion in here. It's going to be Overload, so clear out any ads. The champion will be coming. If you start firing bullets, it's going to know you're there. I would pull back at this point. Have your bow ready. Fire. And that's 3. 3 shots every time. Now, granted, I have Frenzy, so it may take 4. But either way, it should only be 1 full clip. Again, this is why seeing heavy ammo drop is a good thing. Hopefully, that will be what helps you guys out. And again, if the boss is not paying attention to you, use that as a time to run out and grab some heavy. Now, normally I would say save your grenade if you get overwhelmed by a group of ads, but at this point, you're probably going to need to start doing some damage with your grenade. If you need to turn the boss around, that is also an option. Sometimes you can get him to move, sometimes you can't. I get 1 shot off and he turns. Now, the shots from the boss will end you. Just 100% delete you. Now, if he feels like teleporting down here for me, that's fine. I can't do much damage. I can stack a little bit because I've got a lot of ammo, but I wouldn't do that if you don't have it. You are going to get a champion, another one coming in, so be aware. Should be teleporting. Be ready with the bow. Be patient. He usually will get here. I doubt he actually ran up the stairs. It's always when I go look is when he's actually over there. There he is. All right, we pulled him. Definitely aware that I'm around here. Same thing. When he gets out of a mid-teleport, hit him with the bow. The linear fusions are fairly Okay, so there's a 4-shot one, for example. It's still doable. Now's another good time to hit this guy with a grenade. It's a good way just to get a chunk of damage. Now, if you do tick off the boss, be careful if it starts firing at you, because you will kind of be in trouble. If you get the side angle on the boss, that's also a way to get some damage on it. Now, those boss shots will suck. Another champion has appeared, so let's look for it. Okay, I have got a shot off. You can see it back there. Again, everything is void that wants to kill you in here, so just annoy the Minotaur and then pull back. So make sure you're ready here with the shot. We're going to go again. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there we go. I missed one under his crotch there. And that's why the little electric pools aren't as bad with attrition, because the electric pools typically have one of those restorative light things in it. So if you know you go to pick one of those up, you're probably good. Depending on his health, you could be towards the final phase of not seeing any more champions. That should be the case. Once that shield shows, you can start lining up some of these shots. Now, if you get a few shots off, you get more adds to spawn. Make sure there's not another champion in here. I feel like there's one more for some reason. Yep, there is one more champion. Okay. So if you got more champions coming, just know that they are on the way. Make sure you check your bow, check your reload. Champions typically will come running at you, so just give them time. Just like that. Woo! That's about as close as you can get, but I will take it. Got another goblin over here. I do have some heavy out there. I'm going to run and grab it just because he's not looking at me right now. And once all the ads are down, you can actually mosey around under the boss. I'm going to see if I can chunk a grenade up there. Make sure there's no more ads. Should be dead. Nice and flawless victory. 9 minutes. Less than 10 for a master. Pretty manageable, actually. We're going to open that thing up. That is a flawless solo master. Should be prime rewards. Everything should be dead. So let's get back to the surface. Now he's got the little shields. He'll come back down the wall. Oh, that's so scary. 1, 2. Not good. Ah! Oh, I'm in a fun spot. I'm going to be in front of him, so hopefully he comes marching back up here facing me. That was not a good way to do that. When he actually gets stunnable again. The problem with that is then he's like, I can't stun him. And yeah, while he's looking at me, that's fine. But haha, that teleport is. So as you guys can see, this one is quite manageable. Did it in under 10 minutes. Pretty much every time I ran it, if you were using a super and, you know, pretty much anything else that I hadn't used in there, you probably would even be better off. So use your supers, using the exotics that you find fitting. Maybe it's Suros Regime, so you can help out with the health regeneration. Maybe it's Layman Arc if you really love the Void Bows. It's up to you. But if you guys did enjoy this guide, please drop a like below. If you got any loadouts that you enjoy using on this one, whatever it's a subclass or anything, please drop those down in the comments. If you guys are new to the channel and you enjoyed the video, please hit that subscribe button, hit that alert bell. That'll help my future videos make it to you. It's a nice way to support me. If you want to find me on Twitter, it is at Ebontis. If you want to find me streaming, it's twitch.tv/Ebontis or right here on YouTube. And if you want to support me directly, you can join the channel as a member, or you can find me over on Patreon. Link is in the description. Thank you very much. I'll see you soon.